Did you meet the love of your life during the summer of love? You know, when marriage wasn't necessarily a requirement. And here we are 40, 50, 60 years later. You're still together. You've created a life. You may or may not have had kids. No problem. I'm LeeAnn Allman with Assisted Living Locators. And I'd like to share a story with you of what a few of my families have gone through in the events of an emergency. Let's look at Mr. Jones and Miss Smith, for lack of other names. Mr. Jones and Miss Smith have been together for just a hair under 40 years. They have built a life together. They own property together. Their bank accounts are merged, but they never got married. Well, for many of us, we think, 40 years, that's common law marriage. No problem. And that's true in many states of the U.S., not here in California. So what does that mean for this family? Well, in this case, Miss Smith was incapacitated. She could not make a decision for herself. She had been involved in an auto accident. Mr. Smith was not allowed to get the information from the doctors. They weren't married. When Miss Smith was able to make her needs known, she was paranoid at that time and didn't give permission for the case managers in the hospital to talk to her husband. And since they weren't married, they couldn't give him information. How would we protect a family like this? How could you protect a family like yourself or another set of loved ones? Well, something that this family could have done 10 years, 5 years, 2 weeks ago is to pull up what's called a power of attorney, or a POA. This gives authorization to a named individual to make your needs known. Well, power of attorney, you can find them on the internet. Or if you want to be a little bit more detailed with who and under what circumstances has that power for you, you might be looking at about $300 if you go to an attorney. But what if you haven't gone and gotten that power of attorney? How are we able to take care of the individual that now needs to be taken care of, and nobody has a legal right to step in for her? Well, at that point, we go to conservatorship. Now, conservatorship means we're going to be going to court. And because we're going to court, we are going to be looking at between $15,000 and $20,000. And this is only an estimate. That's on top of all of the other medical expenses and a lot more heart grief and anxiety. This is just a minor example of some of the things that my families go through and that I help walk through those plates that we have spinning in our lives. Give me a call. I'm LeeAnn Allman with Assisted Living Locators, and I'm here to help keep the senior safe and you, the caregiver, sane.